Just the experience within itself was something that I know that our girls are looking forward to, having higher expectations for this season. We made a great run. We were a bubble team. We had no idea whether we were in or out. We knew we were very close. And I think taking a week off and kind of having that, oh, is our season over? Are we going to continue playing? That hit them really hard. I think that when we were announced that we were going, just getting there, having the experience, like I said, but also just realizing the difference in atmosphere. There's less people in the stands for you. You're kind of all for one and one for all for, kind of what you're doing in that far of a trip. And then when you get there, your expectations are you win or you're done. And so we went down 20 in that first game, and everybody kind of came in at halftime wide-eyed. And honestly, the conversation between the players at halftime, the coaching adjustments were very minimal. And the players themselves, they really bought into what we had to do, and we started chipping away. And so just overall, just getting a taste of that was a positive thing for us. Going into this season, it's going to raise our expectations. Of course, no coach or player ever wants anybody to think that was a fluke. So for what we're trying to do with a handful of players returning this year, we're really looking at setting those expectations and day by day trying to get to where we need to be. We returned 3 all-conference players. McKenna Haase is no surprise to anyone at this point. She's a junior this year, 2-time All-American. Just her presence in general. She's just somebody that we know she's going to get tripled. We know she's going to get doubled. At any given time, she could see half the team guarding her. And so with that being said, we've tried to expand her game a little bit. We've given her a few different things to work on, where she needs to be, and we've adjusted our offense a little bit to give her a little more opportunity to score without her back to the basket. If she accepts that and she buys into that, she's going to have another strong season. Tina Ubel, she is just very athletic. The kid's a gamer. There's never a time where she shows up and you don't know what you're going to get from her. So her as a sophomore with more experience, we expect her to be a little bit more poised. We expect her to understand the details and execute even more so than she did last year. And Morgan Pitts, as a junior, I can't say enough good things about her, just her consistency. No matter where we play her, we could put her at the point guard, we could put her at the 4 spot, and we know exactly what we're going to get. So with her returning, her and McKenna being leaders for us this year, I think we're really in a great spot with that, as well as Faith Begin as a senior. So we've had 3 years together, and I think that her expectations are also going to change. And then our people off the bench with our Kaylee Van Zeelands, our Skylar Culbertsons, Emma Litticoats, that they're just the experience that they've had, the minutes that they've played, and now they understand what the expectations are. Their expectations are also going to rise, and all 3 of them combined had great summers, so we're really excited about that. We have one freshman that we're excited about out of Bellevue, Iowa. She's a player. She's a gym rat. You can't ever push those kids away. She's a freshman, so she's going to have her ups and downs in the first semester, but she has very high expectations for herself, and her teammates have already figured out the best places to put her for her to be successful. So we're excited to see what she brings to the table, give us a little different dynamic, hopefully off the bounce, and then she might be able to stretch the floor for us right away if we can get her to catch ready to shoot. And Emma Gaber is a transfer from Upper Iowa. She'll be a junior for us this year, and coming in, she was a shooter. She was known as a shooter. She wanted to be a shooter. There were a lot of things that she needed to do where she was previously, and for us, we don't necessarily need her to only do that. So she's really bought into coming in, putting the ball on the floor, using a little bit of mid-range game, but also using her size to get to the rim. So we've got some good pieces. We're excited to see how they pan out. We've had a lot of conversations about that over the summer and in our first couple of weeks of practice, and right now we're working functionally fast. We want to be fast, but if we turn the ball over 28, 29, and 30 times like we did a couple of times last year, that's not functional. So we're more experienced this year. There's no excuse for us to be young anymore. Of course, we're going to make mistakes. We understand that, but the expectation is if we're going to play fast, then we need to function and execute. So in 2 words, functionally fast is what we're looking for out of the Pride this year. Tough, always. I think I feel like I've said the same thing every year. It's tough. It doesn't matter where you are, whether you're home or away, whether you've made a short trip or a long trip. It's just one of those that going into it that game on that night is the most important game. And as much as every coach says that, when you're in this conference, there's a team that you're going to see, and your expectations are this, and you have the other result, and then the next game you have similar expectations and you have a completely different result. The coaches in this conference, they do their homework. They're all the scouts. We're tough to coach against, just each other, and so we can't rely on just our X's and O's to get us through those things. We have to be able to communicate as a team. We have to be able to be on the same page, 1 through 15 on our bench as well. So our non-conference, we've scheduled it. We've got a couple home games to open up our Holiday Inn Express Classic. We play Calumet St. Joe and Judson, get us a few games to get ready, play against a few different defenses. We're headed out to Briarcliff this year, which is always a tough contest. St. Ambrose, we try to get them on the schedule. They just play a different style, so it really prepares us. We try to touch a lot of styles so we know what we're getting into, and then Viterbo is another team that's in our non-conference. So it should be another tough year, and we're really looking forward to it.
It's exciting. We have a really good team with a lot of good players, and we get along super well. So I feel like our chemistry on and off the court helps us a lot.
Practice going well. Obviously, we have newcomers this year, and we're fitting into different roles. So we're working on our team chemistry, and we're excited for what the new season brings. This season, our expectations are really high. We want to finish higher in the conference than we did last year, and our goal is to get back to the national tournament.
I feel like morale changes just because we have more underclassmen that are coming in, and just because we have such high expectations for ourselves based on how far we made it last year, and more people know us now. So we just have to continue working hard and keep moving forward.